Hey, Periscope world. I just pulled over on the side of the road. Lighting's not the best, I know. Feed might not be that great, but I had an epiphany, a thing pop into my brain that I felt like I had to share. I had to share quickly, otherwise I would forget it. And I think it's a super important thing. I think more people need to hear it. I feel like this is like my online journal. Wow, there's a lot of hearts going on. So yeah, I hope those hearts are for the Black Lives Matters, the I love black people, all that kind of stuff. Like, that's not just a cliche statement. Like, I didn't just say that because I was thinking of Jerry Maguire, where he screams to Cuba Gooding Jr., I love black people. Hey guys, what's up? All lives matter. That is true. And I'm going to get to that. I'm actually going to say that right there. But I want to specifically talk to like the racial prejudice, the discrimination. John, this one is important for you to hear. I'm not a racist. I love black people. I love all people. And there's a big reason. It wasn't because I was raised that way. I always joke, like, I love black people. I love Kendrick Lamar and B.O.B. I love Outkast and Lecrae and Propaganda. Jackie Hill Perry of The Humble Beast just let me know about Lauryn Hill, which I'm real far behind. The only poetry book I've ever read is Tupac's. Like, I love it. And I always say, when I die and go to heaven, I hope I look like Will Smith. And it's not because I was raised in a very culturally diverse or a racial family. I grew up with one of the most racist redneck stepdads you could possibly imagine. The dude that wore the super short cutoff jean shorts with the pockets hanging out, that like rocked the Confederate flag in the back of the brown pickup truck and called every police officer that was black the N-word. Like, I remember when I was a freshman in high school getting punched in the mouth repeatedly because I talked back whenever he told me to turn off the Kid Rock CD, because that was nigger music. Like, that's the world I grew up in. I could never invite a black kid over to spend the night. I could never ask a pretty black girl to a dance. It's the world I grew up in. And I didn't choose to like not hate black people because I was trying to give him the middle finger. The reason that I valued black lives, the reason I value Hispanic lives, was because of two football coaches. That's right, two of them. You know them, John. Coach Kevin Crow and Coach John Wygant of the Blue Tea Panthers, 6th grade through 8th grade, Clinton Middle School, west side of Tulsa, represent. And these two privileged white guys showed no partiality, no discrimination to a bunch of ragtag, white, black, Hispanic, all these kinds of kids. They didn't, the white kid wasn't the quarterback, the black kid wasn't the running back, the white kids weren't the linebackers, and the black kids weren't the cornerbacks, right? It was who showed up, who cared, who played. Your skin, your family, none of that mattered. Honestly, they didn't care. They cared about you, so they would go and pick you up. They would invite you over. I mean, I vividly remember, this is crazy, I remember my stepdad screaming at a black kid who got into our pool. Now, when I say pool, I use that loosely. Like, we didn't have a below ground pool. We had the like Toys R Us special plastic pool. And when the black kid got in, he said, his oil's gonna ruin the water. Coach Crow yelled at a lot of kids in his pool also, and he had a really nice pool. But the reason he yelled at us is because we were jumping off the roof into the pool, right? And it was white kids, black kids, Hispanic kids. It didn't matter. And I learned from these two white coaches, 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade, how to treat people, how to value people, like Martin Luther King Jr. said, right? Like, who I named my third son after, to judge people by the content of their character rather than the color of their skin. The reason I'm telling you this is because the Black Lives Matters hashtag is going to die out. Racial oppression is probably going to exist for a long time, and more powerful than any blog post are Little League coaches. So to all you coaches out there, man, please realize you have such an impact on young people's lives. You can show them what it means to value people, to love people, to treat people with dignity. You guys are doing great work, man. Black coaches, white coaches, any coaches. Get out there, coach soccer, coach baseball, and teach kids at a young age to treat people with respect. That's all I got, man. Sorry if you joined late. I think you can rewatch this. Yeah, man, I think it's important. So if there's no questions or comments, word. Dude, guys, have a great day. Treat people with dignity and respect. like they said, all lives matter, and that's not to try to outdo anything. How about girls hoops? I think your girls could beat me at hoops. So like, oh, I love the NBA. LeBron James, baby. Anyways, have a great night, guys. I got to get to the next meeting. How do you turn this off? I'm struggling.